Okay. Welcome, returning and new subscribers. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Avalabandera. Welcome all, welcome all, welcome all. We're going to see what the vibe is, what we have to tune up on, okay, and tune out to tune up and expand. All right, so that's what we do over here. You know what I'm saying? We evolve, stepping into that ultimate frequency, the God within you, and really experiencing life of what that entails. All right. So we know along the journey there are obstacles and challenges, and those obstacles and challenges are perfectly designed for each and every one of us to evolve into the highest version of ourselves, which is forever evolving. But it's our response that really goes through this growth for us to be able to see ourselves in a much different light and a much higher vibration. So let's get into it. Let me see. Give y'all a few to get the notification while I look over some of these notes from the day. May you all be well. Let me know what y'all got going on before we get started. What's the vibe? What's the vibe? Let's get going. Let's get going. All right. Welcome, Amina, Pantera Soul Fam. I was just rewatching the members' message from yesterday. I'm feeling more free for sure. I love to hear it, baby. Ashe. If you are fit with you feeling more free, the message was well received. Ashe. And continue to be in that receptive state. You know, that's that Venusian energy. That's also the energy of money. Receptivity, being in that essence of water, being in that feminine presence. All right, let's get going. Where you go? Oh. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors, protectors, warriors, earthly, cosmic, galactic, multiverse, known and unknown. As I deliver these messages, I'll also call in my beloved dragons from all directions and spirit. Ashe, 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 ashe. I connect my heart and soul to my heart and soul, always in connection to the Most High. Yeah. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see what's going on. Let me pull on some. Let's see. Where we going? Where we going? So when I mess up these nails, you feel me? Okay. All right. I stay doing that. I'll paint my nails like not like in a time frame where I'm about to go live. No, it good and well, but they dry. Let's see, what's this? Boundaries. Okay. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Where do you need to establish, there you go, better boundaries? A lot of hands in the pot, but what I'm also picking up on has to do with thoughts and feelings. So, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Let's see what else is coming through here. This question is also coming up because there is an alignment of the chakras. Some of you have been grounding as far as standing barefoot in the grass. Some of you, where depending on where you're located, could be the snow. But there's something here in regards to the rejuvenation from doing so. And with that, the question is, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Let's see what other oracle messages are coming through. Because there's something about you now being knowledgeable of where these boundaries are to be set. Okay. But this is having to do with a decision now and the action taken based on that decision. Miracles occur, or you have a shift in your reality once you make a decision. And remember, that which manifests into your life is connected to the feeling, your feelings. All right. Let's see. We have biblical. Okay. All right. Where do you need to set boundaries? And biblical. I'm seeing that this has more to do with different verses and information in biblical texts that can help you to establish better boundaries by understanding, understanding, and overstanding the psychological or the esoteric meaning of what is occurring within that text or verse. This would be one of the tools that you can use to establish better boundaries. And to do so would be having knowledge of the esoteric or psychological aspects, characteristics of what is being said. Because that which you say after the I am becomes just what is, just is, justice. What you say after the I am becomes just is, justice. What you say after the I am becomes the balance. Now, that balance could also have to do with the level of you being at a comfortable state and you're being asked to comfortable in the sense of not wanting to change. So with that being said, these boundaries could also have to do with someone feeling caged. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do with, let's see, dance with life? Do something to change your energy. Okay. So I'm seeing a mindset with this showing up here. The energy has to shift. There's something here that has to shift for someone energetically. Now, the key thing to remember to when it comes to the universe and manifestations or attraction, it doesn't carry the sense of humor that you carry. So this is what is coming through here is the energy of someone deceiving themselves. Let's work on that. Let's transcend this, okay? That's what we're going to do here. We have a karmic relationship at the bottom of the deck, 1110 on the timer. 111, 3 of Wands, which is also about you making this change. Wands, passion, fire. Do something to change your energy that aligns with what it is that you're passionate about. This could even simply have to do with self-care, self-love, regardless of whatever the circumstances are. Allow yourself to tap into that Venusian energy. Whether this be washing your hair, painting your nails, shaving, combing out your hair, cooking yourself a hearty meal, doing what you can with what you can to step into surrendering to the sweetness of life in order to change your energy is what your soul is calling you to do. This will give you a better visual understanding, knowing of where you need to establish better boundaries. Feels like another TKO. Wars and battles. This came out yesterday. We have another past life card. Ships. Ships. Asia. Wars and battles. You're being asked to establish certain boundaries here as it relates to certain ships that you're in, partnerships, relationships, things of that nature. Think of it and let it go. Fizz. Some of you are in a war and a battle with yourself when it comes to answering your soul's calling. All you have to do is call on your soul family, call on your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. As far as not having to do it alone, this is a representation of kindred spirits surrounding you and letting you know you don't have to do this alone. They will help you to shift this energy so you can begin or continue to dance with life. And Egypt. Ooh. Let's get into it. Do something to change your energy. Okay. This is why I was looking over my notes of the day, because we're about to get into it now. We're going to look at the esoteric factors when it comes to Egypt, when it comes to Pharaoh, when it comes to what Moses was told by the Most High Source, which is something that you cannot see Physically, it's not, it's more of a consciousness. Therefore, I am. Now, ooh, major synchronicity with where the timer was, 15:14. Okay, let's rock and roll, baby. Let me pull up. It's right here. I didn't even change it. As far as the metaphysical properties of Egypt, the word Egypt represents mental bondage to sense, thoughts, material consciousness, and it pertains to the physical sense of life, the corporeal organism. Okay. Egypt, Coptic land, comes from the Hebrew name Mizraim, which means shut in, restraint, misery, tribulation, distress. Metaphysically speaking, going further into it, it's the realm of substance and life in the depths of the body consciousness. To the unregenerate soul, it is the land of darkness and mystery. Yet it is essential to the perpetuation of the body, the cycles of the body. Egypt signifies the darkness of ignorance, obscurity, and it has a special significance in the body consciousness. And we often think of it as referring to the subjective or subconscious mind. I'm going to pause there before I continue this passage. As far as the subconscious mind, okay, as we're going through this process here, I want you to get more familiar with your moon placement, because this will show you even more in regards to your subconscious mind. All of these placements, or the natal chart wheel with the 12 houses, are all for you to see the patterns, the life lessons, and merge or integrate them. 12, that's a 3. Jupiter, integrate them so you can see, I see Jupiter, 9th house Sagittarius, the God within you. And once you do, you'll go into 13, 14 thereafter. Obviously, the natal chart has 12 houses. But that is all to be utilized for you to evolve into your higher self. 13, 14, whatever, okay? Just to give it some context. This is why I say if you have a moon placement that is the same as your south node or conjunct to your south node, you know very well as to the way your subconscious mind operates. Okay, let's continue. We also refer to Egypt as the flesh consciousness, sense consciousness, or material consciousness. This hidden realm within our organism is an Egyptian or obscured state to most of us. Yet it is a great kingdom, and its king is Pharaoh, ruler of the sun, fire energy. We can look at this as 5 of Wands. Which kingdom? As far as the tarot, in developing the Empress state, which king are we speaking about? With this energy of Pharaoh, King of Wands, ruler of the sun, or that brain and nerve center, which our physiologists have correctly named the solar plexus. They tell us that this is the brain of the body. It's one of them. It's the fourth one. You have your cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata, and then your gut as the fourth one. And that it directs the circulation, digestion, assimilation, and so forth. Students of the mind have discovered that the solar plexus is but the organ through which a ruling thought acts, and this ruling thought is typified by Pharaoh, he of the hard heart, who would not let my people go. But we should not forget that it is down in Egypt that we find the grain or substance required to sustain the man. Now, we can see this transformation, this transcendence occur in the book of Exodus, chapter 7, in regards to the way the serpent is utilized or expressed. Okay, let me go to it. This is why when I started the live and I was looking into my notes, I said, let me just wait and see if that's a message that Source wants me to deliver right now. And here we are. So let me grab what I have going on here, because we're gonna, with Answer the Call, what is your soul calling to do in wars and battles, showing up under here, and Asia showing up here, Asia showing up in biblical. There's also a connection to the Takanuchi documents, which have to do with information in regards to the universe. Okay. So, Exodus 7. Okay. It's right here. If you look into this chapter, and you know how, well, if you have the Bible app, it'll break down each segment within a chapter. There go the cheetah. Lunar force energy. Spot on, baby. Ashe. Yeah, okay. This section's off the text in different paragraphs. Anyway, Exodus 7, verses 1 through 7 respond to or correlate to I will stretch out my hand. Verses 8 to 13 speak about Aaron's rod becomes a serpent. Now, let's look at the characters and what they mean metaphysically. You may want to jot this down. So when you go back to this text, whatever this situation is that you're having in regards to answering your soul's calling, it shouldn't be difficult. It should be more so, okay, I have the exercise. I have the program to exercise this muscle to do what must be done in order to see the effect of the cause, because you are the one that controls the cause. All right, let's get into it. Let's look at, let me go over here. No, not you. Let's look at what Moses indicates together. It signifies consciousness or understanding of divine law, aka I am. Positive expressions of the law, divine law. Positive expressions of divine law. Now, here's the thing about divine law, universal law. It goes before any other law in the material world. Okay? But let's look a little bit more into our beloved Moses. He appears so many times, so I'm going to have to use. Okay. Let me. I'm going to pull up. So, this book of Exodus, let's look at that first. It indicates exit, departure. We can look at this as leaving this lack mindset that is attributed to just material and physical things. Now, Moses, let me look a little bit more. Some of you may even wonder a little bit more who he was or what the energy of Moses is. It says here, killed the Egyptian who was oppressing an Israelite. And the Egyptian is having to do with the energy of not letting the people go or not allowing the people to be. But all of this has to do with the body. Because I'm not speaking about this in terms of the physical aspects of it. So nobody, gets in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're going to get in your feelings, listen to what's being said. Welcome, Pantera Soul Fam Fatima. Listen to what's being said. Wow. There's just so much that is just, okay. Moses, drawing forth, extracting, for example, from water or water saved. Moses means drawing out, extracting. The birth of Moses represents man's development in consciousness of the law of his being from the negative side. Water represents universal negation, but water also represents the great possibility. Out of seemingly negative conditions comes the new growth. So the essence of water is playing the role of non-duality, but it's through this beautiful and miraculous process called life that it allows itself to become an essence of polarity. Negative, positive, masculine, feminine. When we are in what seems Egyptian darkness and weak as water, we are ripe for the higher understanding. The thoughts that rule in the darkness are bent upon putting out all the children of light. But if we are of the house of faith, as were Moses' parents, then our desire to bring forth the higher consciousness will find a protector. We must care for the infant thought of truth and surround it with the ark of love and trust, right in the midst of its seeming enemies. Moses symbolizes the progressive or drawing out process, which works from within outward. And as applied to the universe, the upward trend of all things, the evolutionary law. In our interpretation, we observe the working of the law in the individual, but it is there that we bring home the lessons. And through intelligent use of the hints given, we apply it to ourselves with great effort. Involution always precedes evolution. In Joseph down in Egypt, Genesis chapter 13, verse 28, it is portrayed the involution of a higher spiritual idea. Moses fleeing into the wilderness represents the discipline that we must undergo when we have sought the exalted one, which part of that process will have to do with being in solitude. We have to go into the solitude of the within and lead our flock of thoughts to the back of the wilderness where dwells the exalted one. The back of the wilderness is speaking of the back of the I am. What do we mean by that? Okay. It's having more so to do with that which you say after or behind that becomes you. Okay. The training of 40 years indicates or represents when we arrive at a foresighted or balanced state of mind. Balanced state of mind, we can look at that as the elements: fire, water, air, and earth. Root, sacral, solar plexus, heart chakra. Because that's what stands under the truth. That's what keeps the truth. That's what aligns you with whatever your truth is. We can summarize this and say the truth is love, because that is the main intention of having this human experience. However, the bigger picture wasn't the initial or your initiation coming into this world, depending on how you were brought up and what you decided to do thereafter. So it doesn't have to really mean, okay, 40 years old, that this is when you're stepping into this energy of the higher self and being the god of Pharaoh. It's immediately as soon as you find and align with that balance of your state of mind. Okay. It says here, the light of intuition or flame of fire burns in our heart, yet it is not consumed. There is no loss of substance. In thinking, there is a vibratory process that uses up nerve tissue, but in the wisdom that comes from the heart, this bush or tissue is not consumed. This is holy ground or substance in divine man. When man approaches this, he must take off his understanding, all limited thoughts of the absolute, and put off thy shoes from thy feet. At this inner wisdom center, God proclaims himself to be Father of fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, thus our real fathers in spirit, which they all have a esoteric background or info to them too. But I want to go more into what I was looking at earlier. Okay. With the book of Exodus, chapter 7, you have the names Moses, Pharaoh, and Aaron, as far as the three main things that I'm picking up on that is tying into this message. Where do you need to establish boundaries, and what is your soul calling to do, especially if you feel as though you're in a war and battle with doing so. Now, what we're going to breeze through here is the intention is to bring forth the solution to do that something to change your energy so you can continue to dance with life. Now, Exodus 7, verse 1. Then the Lord has to do with the head of household, the head on top of this earthly body. Although this entire thing is your body, but as far as the Lord, okay, your mind's eye, the pineal pituitary gland, the merge of the two, is the one that is the head of the household in regards to the body. Then the Lord said to Moses, now hear this. I make you as God to Pharaoh, to declare my will and purpose to him, and your brother Aaron shall be your prophet. Now we already know who Moses is, or the energy of Moses. Pharaoh is the ruler of the sun or solar plexus. Pharaoh. Okay. Or king of Egypt. Or he of a hard heart. Now, who is Aaron? This is where it gets lovely. Aaron is the illumined enlightener, mountaineer, brother of Moses. Let's see. Aaron is connected to the tribe of Levi. Oh, shit. I just got chills. Okay. Just had an epiphany with that one. All right. Aaron has to do with the executive power of divine law. Moses, the expression of divine law. Through spiritual strength, there is a setup, an abiding thought action that contributes to the building of the holy temple, which is your redeemed body. Aaron, being the executive power divine law, the first high priest of Israel and the bearer of intellectual light to the Israelites, signifies the ruling power of the intellectual consciousness. So to overcome Pharaoh, Moses will be going to Pharaoh with his brother, or the illumination of the Most High with him. So this has to do with you taking your executive power of the expression of divine will to overcome situations that are basically just stepping into your energetic space, the solar plexus, because everything, spirals around the sun. Remember, your first message was boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Where can you merge the expression of divine will, divine law, with your executive power thereof? Now, it says, once again, then the Lord said to Moses, now hear this, I make you as God to Pharaoh, and your brother Aaron shall be your prophet. You shall speak all that I command you, and your brother Aaron shall tell Pharaoh to let the children of Israel go out of his land. And I will make Pharaoh's heart hard, and multiply my signs and my wonders or miracles in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh will not listen to you. And I shall lay my hand on Egypt and bring out my host, tribe by tribe. I shall bring out my hosts, my people of the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great acts of judgment. Let's move a little bit forward. Okay. Now, I love how it says here in verse 7 that Moses was 80 years old and Aaron was 83 years old when they spoke to Pharaoh. So that's simply stating it's never too late for you to answer your calling, but the sooner the better. Verses 8 to 13 speaks of when Aaron's rod becomes a serpent. Now the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, when Pharaoh says to you, work a miracle to prove your authority, then you say to Aaron, take your staff and throw it down before Pharaoh. Take your illumination, your executive power of divine will, and throw it down, that's the boundary, to your solar plexus. What is that speaking of? That's the merge of your higher self and your body working together to perform miracles or to change your vibration or to change whatever it is that you are seeing in your reality. That previously was a result of the separation of the two. One, you knowing that you have the knowing of divine will and your executive power of it. Each and every one of you, each and every one of us. When I saw that, I said, that's also having to do with that process of the Christ oil, okay, that occurs for each and every one of you during the time of what they celebrate as Christmas, along with when the moon is in your sun sign, which is every 30 days. So, as I'm looking at this, I said, one, it's unfortunate when it's not really known that this is what's in the text. Basically, the manual of the game of life. You can even call it the cheat codes of life. So saying that all to say, to overcome these wars and battles that you have within yourself, know that you are in control of it, first and foremost. And anything that is happening to you right now in the present moment has everything to do with every thought and feeling that was the seed in creating this particular experience that you're in right now. As quickly as you can change your mind about who you are, your situation can change. But where that doesn't happen is having to do with the lack of faith, not trusting the God within oneself. Because in that I am essence, that God consciousness, you don't see God with your physical eyes. This is internal. This is where meditation does what it does, where now you can be or see or align with this aspect within you. Okay. So, give me 1 second. Okay. So I just love the way Source just be out here. Listen, just having me listen. Okay. So we must make ourselves feel exactly as the one who is entitled to the blessing. We must make ourselves feel exactly as the one who is entitled to the blessing. Now, as far as the ego, okay, because this could be a part where some of you may be seeking that assistance as far as the establishment of boundaries. You have a polarity of the ego. You have the spiritual and the adverse. The adverse allows you to see the spiritual. The adverse ego is when the ego attaches itself to self consciousness, to sense consciousness, building the antichrist man who has no basis in reality. And this ego causes all the trouble in the world. The spiritual ego is the true self, an individualized center of God, consciousness, I am conscious identity. This is where, as far as the God within you, and why it's wise not to play around with the God consciousness, because it can easily, your ego can easily deceive you, meaning first and foremost by you deceiving yourself. When we speak of this is all having to do with self. Okay, it can deceive you in the matter of your thoughts and your feelings. You can visualize all these things that you desire in your life, but where are you in your feelings in alignment to that visualization or that thought? Because even within your thoughts is not something you physically see either. Because also notice that when you are having these thoughts or visualizations and thinking positive, but your feelings are speaking a much different language. So this is why it's important to be mindful of 4848 on the time of where you are at when it comes to your feelings, because when it comes to what you attract in your life, it's the feeling, which is why you have to be mindful of what it is that you are playing around with. This is why when people say certain things and they say, I'm just playing, no, you're not. No, you're not. You said it. That's your truth. It just, as far as that person's cup runneth over, that's what ran through their mouth. You could have water and gold run out your mouth, or you can have shit run out your mouth. Feel me? So yeah. This is why I also set up the opportunity for you all to exercise your spiritual muscle and working, well, taking on the responsibility of the exchange of information for 6 weeks or 9 weeks. I may add 4 weeks to it. I may add that to it. But yeah, because I've noticed where in just one session, with how much information I can give you, I'm also seeing where it's essential for me to work with you on a weekly basis for either 6 or 9 weeks. 4 weeks is still up in the air, but to exercise that muscle, because you're not just gonna go to the gym one day and expect a six pack. So because it's much deeper than just doing a reading. The way I operate in my sessions is much deeper than, yes, the cards and stuff are there, but it's time to turn that up a notch. But let's continue here. So the Most High has made you God over all things of this world. So this is why when some of you may come across people who may throw, you know what I'm saying, the Bible at you, with the lack of knowing as to what's really in that text. Whew. That's basically somebody throwing a comet at somebody. But that comet's not going to touch you because of your understanding of that knowing that is in that text. If you know. The condition if is if you know. And I can say that from a personal experience because I noticed the more I began to remember and align myself with that inner wisdom of the way all of these biblical texts are written, they're all mystical books. They're all mystical books. Mysterious, or the mystery, or the story of water. Be water, my friends. That's God. That is the Most High. Water. It's a generator, operator, destroyer. It becomes anything it's incubated by. It becomes every container it is in. So this is also for those of you who, where you have that water sign placement, get more familiar with that. Or the houses. 627. 627, February 7th, 6. Clean it up. All right. Yeah. To clean up these situations that you have going on in karmic relationships. This is what it's saying where you have to set boundaries. What ships or what containers is it time for you to set boundaries with? And the other message as well that was coming in today in regards to yesterday's message with the ship coming out, and it was in reverse with trees. Some of you have to be real mindful as to the way you are utilizing that MJ. On some real. It is a triple goddess feminine plant. Do what you do, enjoy yourself, but listen to this energy. It is the plant of the triple goddess that is to be used primarily for rituals. Notice the feeling you get, when you tap in with it. But you're not to be in that state all the time. It becomes an addiction, whether someone wants to acknowledge it as such. Especially if you consider yourself a starseed or an earth angel. You can tell as you evolve, you can tell where that communication between you and marijuana or weed, however you want to call it. I love calling it the triple goddess plant because it vibrates at a different level where you allow it to be what it is. As I said, do what you do, but listen to the energy. It is a Venusian, it is a feminine frequency that can easily be raped. And that's through the overusage of it. There's a Lyran. That's the child or a sibling on some real. As I said, do what you do. But as you begin to evolve, some of you may have even realized where you roll one up and the time frame between that one and the next one, that time frame is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Because the same way money operates or the Venusian energy operates, it's repelling itself from you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking specifically to those of you who are here with the very specific mission. Get more connected with everything because everything has life in it. And as you evolve and expand and rise in your frequency, you'll come back to this message on some, that's that shit right there. That's real. Because your body will naturally begin to feel at that level. So much so that you'll see the sacredness of doing so. Now you're in a whole different other realm of that experience. Especially if you find yourself becoming more lazy, you really got to stop. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, I'm with the vibes, but at the same time, you really have to, when you really start seeing things, for all things having life in it, it'll speak to you. It'll speak to you. The same with alcohol too. All these external things is external. Make it more of a spiritual experience than an adversary. Or adversary. 633. The crumblings here at the bottom of the deck, what are you clinging on to? Let's see what else comes through here. All praises due to the Most High. Source. Okay, we're going to switch decks. And we pause here, Atlantis. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Trust your path. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? What is your soul calling you to do? And have you answered your deepest calling? So with that being said, with this showing up here, you've answered the calling, but to what extent? You've answered your calling, but to what extent? Where could you really step more into the authenticity of yourself? Putting both foot into this. Not one foot in, one foot out. Warrior woman Atlantis. Okay. Whew. Ashe. Chills, man. Where's the collective at this time? We have the firefly. Yeah, some of you are definitely, you've answered it, but you're hiding. You're still hiding. There's something, as far as hiding, you may not feel as though that you are, but there's something that you may want to put out there, and you're waiting for a perfect time. That's also a sign of hiding in a way. We have the firefly and the elk. Are you following up on what it is that is inspiring you? Are you following up on what it is that is inspiring you? Is what I'm getting from this. I'm also getting that some of you divine masculines here, emperors, kings, gods, you are a mentor. They're asking you, part of your calling has to do with mentorship. There it is. Part of your calling has to do with mentorship. Especially when it comes to those that you see that are easily inspired in alignment to their purpose, but back out of it. This is an energy of a masculine that has the eye for talent. You have the eye for talent. Others of you, there could have been an energy where you, a father figure is part of your inspiration in terms of them being in and out. But allow that to inspire you from a space of gratitude, love, and not the hurt that it may have caused you along your journey. We have the cosmic egg, infinite, infinite within the finite, completion of harmony. Yeah, cosmic egg. The wars and battles are over, because this would be coming up under what is your soul calling you to do. It's time to bring harmony into this situation. I'm hearing the peace treaty. I'm also getting where some of you, your roots, something about traveling to Asia, your roots will also, it's something about your roots in Asia here. With the elk coming up under Asia and biblical. What else? The nightingale. Ooh. Do something to change your energy. Egypt and the nightingale. Express yourself here. It's time for you to express yourself. With the spider. Creator of prosperity through your life's work and dharma. They're giving me the quote, misery loves company. As far as your thoughts and feelings, some of you do have to get in a space of solitude as you're visualizing and thinking of where it is that you are wanting to go next. But in order for you to feel it now, this solitude is going to be very important, so that way you can align that feeling at a much more consistency, to have better consistency with the feeling. Put your phone on do not disturb, block whomever you have to block, whatever. Right now, this is about you. Because there's an energy here where you've been giving and giving and giving. You may be a life path 4. Or the 4 you've been seeing 4 is because you're someone who truly understands and overstands stability, partnership in a way where people can depend on you. But it's time to take your power and your energy back, because it's something about you attracting people that want to be around you, because it's a beautiful essence to be around you, and and stability that you carry, you know. And this energy of where you don't mess around, 4 being able to put 2 and 2 together. You know what can grow, you know what doesn't. So where you are being guided to establish these boundaries in terms of these relationships, okay? You need to ask yourself, is this relationship, what you're relating to, is it love, business, war? Where is this? Where is this for you? Keep business, business. Keep love, love. And that war, you already know the vibe. Over there. But there's a fleeting energy in regards to where you're being asked to establish these boundaries with the firefly. You're inspired, but it's fleeting because of the lack of reciprocity. There's an energy of just taking and not giving. Okay. Let's clarify. Clarify the firefly. The spider, which is here at the bottom of the deck. And the golden egg represents the solar plexus. Creator of prosperity through life's work. Yeah, see. It's getting to a point where people, if they want to get near you, they have to invest in that time based on what you consider as the investment. You know what I'm saying? especially if this is a frequency where it's 1 foot in and 1 foot out, where they may be 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you're not in that dynamic within yourself. Okay. But if you allow this frequency in, you're telling the universe that that's where you are at. 644. Putting two and two together. Clarify the elk here. The firefly. Are you shitting me? This is speaking of, that fleeting energy in terms of a guardian, a paternal figure. This was the inspiration for this one person to recognize, them being a god over their own solar energy, their own soul. A god over any situation that could be blocking one from evolving, excelling in life. This situation is definitely going back to biblical times here for some of you. Especially if your name or the abbreviations of your name have a connection to that. Yeah. Firefly, master of the mind, master of illusion, master of light. It's something about every time you find yourself rising up in your energy, as in regards to this firefly, because you know how when they're moving around, the visual of the light is more of a pulsar, it's pulsating. But there's something about that your light is a light that should be on at all times. So you could be in a situation where you may find yourself dimming your light. Let's say, okay, let's put it this way. You can attain so much wisdom about the universe and the laws of the universe, and you get into a space where you don't want to feel as though you're telling anybody what to do. If you're in that space, whomever that is that you are feeling that energy towards is who it is that you're being asked to set a boundary with. You don't have to argue about it or have a discussion or no. The wise speak a lot less. For me, for instance, I've gotten into a space personally where I've become more aware of my mission, and it requires me to go through so many different stages of solitude. Right now, I'm in a space of that seer that is above the clouds on top of a mountaintop. You feel me? Because it's what I chose to do coming here. And anytime I go against that, things that I'm wanting to manifest are placed on hold. And every time I shift back into it, immediately things just start coming in. And I mean immediately. You know what I'm saying? So when you go through these vibrational shifts, this is why I say No one is here to understand you but you. Because if you're seeking out understanding outside of you, this is what's going to cause you to not be in alignment to your purpose or your soul's calling, your deepest calling. It's going to prevent you from answering it. You're going to keep, you know what I'm saying, sending it to voicemail. So let's clarify this cosmic egg. The eagle. Yeah. Yeah. The wars and battles, okay? This is a confirmation here. The wars and battles that you've been going through when it comes to your soul's calling, what your soul is calling you to do and answering that call, the battles are over. You're in this space now to bring harmony to the situation, harmony to your energetic space, you. Give back to you. Bring that power back to you. Bring back your divine executive power of divine law expression back to you. Because the eagle sees things from a higher perspective. It's the master of the sky. It's the master of the mind. We can also say the underworld too, because this also has a connection to Pluto. And breaking through those parts of your psyche that at one point there was no such thing as breaking through. Why? Due to holding on. And again, in speaking of what you allow around you, you're in a position where you've released everything that's not in alignment within your own control. But you may have a situation where you're connected to people who haven't done the same. This is where you have to set those boundaries. Because it's not that you are not holding on to situations anymore that no longer serve you, but if you have people who are still going through that process, you have to disconnect yourself from it. And as you evolve in your vibration and your frequency and becoming the seer of your own life, you're going to be able, and that eagle, two eagles show up on the screen next to the moon. You're going to be able to see through all of these situations through your feeling. This is why the feeling is so important in alignment to one's thoughts. Because you can look at your thoughts as a representation here of this eagle. And the sun that it's standing upon is giving it the messages of what it's been seeing in its travels. This is why I tell you, when you feel yourself being in a vibration that is not, of love or the one that's on the path of least resistance, pay attention to where you were a week ago or whenever, and whatever still doesn't. Okay, put it this way. If you're in a state of feeling that is not on the path of least resistance, which means now the universe cannot make its way to you, or these things that you're asking for cannot make its way to you because you're on a different timeline, pay attention to everything that has occurred before, what is still around you from before, because all of these situations that happened before is the result as to where you are at right now. And in the moment that you're going through that process, look at the lamb is here, and the sea serpent, water, and sacrifice, making something sacred, making sure that where you are at now and what presents itself to you is it's sacred. Especially if you're someone who's fine-tuning manifestation. This message is not going to be for you if If you're comfortable being where you're at in terms of how things are going, yeah, you see an opportunity for things to change, but you don't want to do all that work, and this ain't for you. This is for those of you who are stepping into this esoteric metaphysic way of living life, your life, having that connection with the God within you. Because when you have that connection, first in knowing the God within you, all these situations that are of a lower vibration, obviously things are going to be going on external to you at all times. But when it comes to what you allow into your space, this is where you have a choice to make a decision. And when I say your space, mentally, within your thoughts, within your feelings. So whatever this is that you're noticing that's putting you back into this state where you feel as though you have to get into a protective mode or war and battle while you're restoring yourself, and especially during that time while you're restoring yourself, and it's an energy that has more to do with protecting wars and battles, that is a clear indication of where you got to set a boundary. Because while you're in this Four of Swords state, you have to be able to see what's taking you out of that state much sooner, or poking you out of your cocoon before time. A lot of air energy is coming through here. Air and earth. The only energies that are not showing up here in the physical, but it is cosmically, is fire and water with this cosmic egg. So I'm getting that some of you are cosmically connecting to your cosmic blueprint, and in doing so, things are coming to the surface a lot faster to be purged out. Let's see. The octopus. Yep. Wherever it is that you're being pulled in different directions, it's the octopus energy. With the swans. For some of you, this is a lover. Let's see here. Clarify. Octopus. Let's see. Or the way a situation in regards to someone else around you is having an effect on you. You have the deer and the lizard. You can this is this subtle energy with the lizard and the deer here. The deer also has to do with nurturing factors. So the mother. Do something to change your energy. As far as mother is coming more through as, where are you sensing that your energy is being pulled in different directions in the most subtle ways that is pulling you away from nurturing yourself? Yeah. Especially when you're going through this process of enlightenment, because it dropped right on top of Asia and war battles. And as I saw that, I heard Buddha. Let me see. Hold on, love. get some more clarity here. We have the otter. The otter speaks about unobstructed joy. So not allowing situations, to rob you from your joy, even if there's something that you receive that may disturb that essence where you are aligning yourself even deeper with your soul's calling and establishing these boundaries. And you notice that as you establish these boundaries, it's just more joy coming into your life. For some of you, I'm getting here where the news, in terms of minding your business, this business that you're minding has to do with the news, and you got to chill with that. Or people who want to call you and tell you about the news. That's a program in itself. No. If you can't speak to them about ways to overcome looking at these programs, vice versa. Because if you can have that conversation about, overcoming that habit to be watching what's going on in the news and connect to one's own news, there's a lot more news going on there. Then you and that person can evolve to having more conversations that are fruitful and abundant. Okay. Let's see. So I'm getting that we're clear here on this energy. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Let's shift. Let's shift, my loves. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key to overcoming where the subconscious can deceive you. It's the main key, is forgiveness. Knighthood. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Yeah. Okay. Energy is shifting. Let's rise, baby. Come on. Come on with it. Let's put this here. Trust and faith. Ashe. Okay. Put this here. Let me ask y'all this that are here in the chat. Do you consider yourself a starseed or earth angel? Or both? Or neither of the two? Do you consider yourself an earth angel or starseed? Earth angel having more lifetimes here on this earthly realm. Starseed having to do more so with your galactic experiences, life in different galaxies. Heartache and loss, transformation of the heartache and loss. That was pretty loud. Both. Although I feel more as an earth angel. Okay. So as an earth angel, you're more tapped into elevating the consciousness of humanity. You a newborn Starseed, that means. Okay. Yeah, definitely does. I see that as you having so many lifetimes here on earth and having at least one lifetime within other galaxies. Okay. I feel that. Mm-hmm. We have awareness, emotional withdrawal, and spiritual strength. Okay. Okay. 1899918, still a nine. Aware that there has to be a withdrawal from a situation for the collective here in order to regain this spiritual strength or align with one's spiritual strength. Okay. Let's clarify this. Let me go. I have a message here for the emotional withdrawal. Excuse me, 13309. You want me to look at 627. Okay, these are okay. Emotional withdrawal we have of a partnership. Gibo. Let me look at 627. They're bringing my attention back to 627. Let's see those. Six relates to possession, status, and the monetary aspects, service, domesticity, home and family, love, and nurturing, the ability to compromise. I would say more so the ability to bring in harmony once you've detached and accepted that detachment, expressing gratitude and grace, responsibility and reliability, honesty and integrity, problem solving and overcoming obstacles. The number two, carrying the vibration of duality, balance and harmony, partnership and relationships, diplomacy, adaptability. I'm seeing the Two of Swords or Moon in Libra. Sensitivity and selflessness. Also resonating with faith and trust, number two, and serving your life purpose and soul mission. Number seven resonates with the universal energies, determination and the persistence of purpose, faith and spirituality, inner strength and inner knowing, spiritual awakening, development and enlightenment, mysticism and the esoteric, empathic and psychic gifts and abilities. Number seven, all together. 627 is suggesting it is a great time to be open and receptive to messages received from your angels and spirit guides. Find time to meditate so that you can open your subconscious mind, allow deep knowledge, wisdom, and your psychic abilities to be enhanced. At this moment, y'all, you are you are well blessed by the angelic and spiritual realms. Okay. Now, emotional withdrawals being clarified by the rune Gibo, which has to do with the partnership, a gift. Some of you have the emotionally withdraw or are emotionally withdrawing or have already done so from a partnership, a gift that was given, emotionally withdrawing from a gift that was given. This could also be something you used to do that you enjoy and love doing, I'm getting as well. Unity, union, partnership, near. A partnership is near as to why you're being asked to emotionally withdraw. This emotional withdrawal is also having to do with codependent relationships. Emotionally withdraw so you can step into independent and healthy unions, being independent and healthy within the union. Emotionally withdraw from where you have exchanged your powers as it relates to your divine vision. Emotionally withdraw from false, I'm getting mystical unions that were more so connected to sex magic, but it was not sacred. And then we have here harmony through uncovering the mysteries of Awas, the mysteries of death, the mysteries of transformation. This would be your story as it relates to you going through the breakdown of deep, sensitive, psychological matters. Let's see what awareness is being clarified by, okay? Let's see. $7-11, baby. $7-11-27. That's There is new love coming in, they're saying as well, especially but it's the moon in conjunction to Venus. Yeah. Moon in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn. Awareness, clarify awareness. Turn these around. Magnetic attractions, attracting partnerships that have to do with long-term planning is also what I'm getting. Awareness. Something's cooking, huh? It was 7-11. We had 7-13. We still shuffling. AWAS. Putting two and two together. Because emotional withdrawal being clarified by Gibo is you stepping into harmony through uncovering mysteries of AWAS, and the card that comes out for awareness is AWAS. And Rado, which was at the bottom of the deck, while Gibo was presenting itself to you. So these are the two rooms, Mr. MRRM or Mr. They're bringing me to the elk. And they're saying, establish executive power of divine will. Ewas, movement, progress, horse, passage, transition, and movement, relocation, new attitudes, or new life. Awareness of new attitudes, awareness of new life, awareness of trust, awareness of teamwork, awareness of love, awareness of partnership. Doubling up here with the partnership. That you are ready, or that which you're asking for requires you to be in partnerships where you can remain independent and healthy within the union. Healthy mind, body, spirit, and soul. That's beautiful. Awareness of emotion, withdrawing yourself from emotions that are no longer serving you, 8 of Cups energy. Awareness that the mind will trust the body and the body will trust the mind. That's a beautiful alchemist right there, if you ask me. Awareness of the trust between individuals and sexuality first begins within yourself and your relationship to that word trust. With awareness when it comes to your ability to detect deceit and uncover any subtle energies in alignment to it. And this is something as simple as, you or people around you still having to forgive either themselves or situations around them in order for them to be in harmony with the truth of their subconscious, or where the subconscious is not deceiving them. Again, get more fine-tuned with your moon's energy. And wherever the energy of your moon placement is when it comes to other planets or placements. Then you have an awareness here of a reconciliation. I'm getting this reconciliation is more so having to do with you. The dual aspects of self, feminine, masculine, positive, negative. Awareness of the path, awareness of your inner compass, awareness of where you are to take charge, to live in the present, and awareness that you do have access to inner advice, to be more in control of your outer compass. Which is coming through the practice of when you follow your heart and the effects of it. This is also speaking of, for some of you here, you may have been in a more introverted state, but with this awareness that you now have of your gift, your spiritual gifts, you're noticing the protection that you have while traveling, because some of you may have been in a space where you weren't comfortable with being around people or traveling. 717, North Node Aries, Libra. That's when the North Node enter Aries. So there could be, let me see. Give me a second here. You could be an Aquarius rising. Awareness of where you have to take immediate action once making a decision. Okay. 17, 23, and 2 are showing up here. 8, 5. Awareness of the transformation for the wheel to turn with 8 and 2, 10. Back to 1, awareness that you are the creator of your reality. Okay. Here at the top, we have invisible forces at work, Lagos. At the bottom, we have Kenaz. Okay. Invisible forces are at work when it comes to an opening, female occult secrets. Some of you may have Venus in Scorpio, Venus in the 8th house. Clarify this energy here of the emotional withdrawal and partnership. We have 4 of Swords. Going back to when you're in a state of restoring yourself, this is when energies that may possibly take you out of it energetically sooner than you were designed to is what they're asking you to pay attention, emotionally withdraw from. 4 of Swords is Jupiter and Libra. We have the Magician showing up here once we stop shuffling. Integration of what? In the sign of Libra, this would have to do with the growth you've had through these confrontational partnerships that were not in balance, but it was all teaching you to step into the polar opposite energy of Libra. Aries, your backbone. Here we have the High Priestess coming up next. For some of you, these specific partnerships is what puts you on the path to becoming the High Priestess, a reader of the stars. So this would be a starseed. These situations, these partnerships have truly aligned you with what it means for you and your mission as a starseed. With the 4 of Swords followed by the High Priestess here, this is also signifying that you're seeing the truth in regards to things that were hidden, secretive information. We have the 10 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. Yes. So this would have to do with why you may have felt as though you should have held back from a situation, but with not having the wisdom or have not fully gone through the experience to learn the lesson, the wisdom didn't come in yet for you to fully see, you know, the load of these burdens, but also the load of these burdens has more to do with the 10 of Wands. This would be an energy of what you were told you could not do, or being gaslighted. What you were told you could not do is exactly what inspired you to get into these situations so you can heal. It triggered healing. 10 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, holding on. This Saturn twice, Saturn 3 times, as a matter of fact. Four of Pentacles is Sun in Capricorn. That's Saturn 4 times. Okay. Shit. Yeah, let me make sure. Yeah, all of these cards are ruled by Saturn. The 10 of Wands is Saturn in Sag. The 5 of Wands is Saturn in Leo. The 7 of Pentacles is Saturn in Taurus. And the 4 of Pentacles is the Sun in Capricorn. The Capricorn stellium energy showing up here. This was divinely orchestrated. If this situation that you're emotionally withdrawing from and they're Capricorn, beautifully orchestrated. Because their energy carried the lessons of disciplining yourself and maturing. Because this ain't about blaming nobody. This is more so about you recognizing you through these experiences. You know what I'm saying? Some of you were holding tightly to a situation as far as, you know, from childhood with the 5 of Wands, Saturn and Leo. It could also have to do with love. Or allowing people to intervene in your relationships with the boundaries card. There were so many hands involved. But these hands, again, this situation was divinely orchestrated. You have to see the lesson here. It was divinely orchestrated for this new growth, which has to do with you becoming the high priest, high priestess, becoming unstoppable, uncovering the mysteries as to why you were unable to move forward. Let's get a little bit deeper into this. Come on with it. Discovering the ways your mind trusts your body and the way your body trusts your mind. Ooh, okay. Fifteen 1547 could be significant. 1547, 1511. 1547. Let me 1547. To give away in marriage, a daughter to marry, to be given in marriage. Okay. And then 1511. To be, to exist, to happen, to be present. That's, whoa, yeah, that's exactly what this is. So this has to do with a commitment here. But this will be an example of the ego as an adversary, or the ego, the spiritual ego, where the spiritual ego in this situation, the person will be able to evolve and they become a master teacher. Or the situation was when the student is ready, the teacher arrives. And sometimes it's not a physical person or a teacher or a guide. Sometimes this could be your inner guide, or this could be a situation that turns on that inner guide within you to allow you to rise up in vibration, becoming this high priestess. So this is where we're talking about you becoming the seer of your life, seeing beyond the current situation, where things are happening for you, not to you. What's at the bottom here? The star and the 6 of wands. This is going into the message from last night, where this situation is what's literally putting you in a space to be, in the limelight, or well known for what it is that you do, but from a space that you're well known because you have a story that is relatable. And it's so relatable that whoever hears you can shift. That's what we're here to do. So we can bring this heaven on earth, y'all. Whatever experience you got going on, the more you can see the lesson in this, the more we can rise into the vibration of the spiritual aspect, where things are just constantly moving. Notice where people get stuck, where they don't want to change. And going back to those verses, okay, in Exodus, where it mentions the ages of Moses and Aaron, they weren't ages of 20 and 30s. They're in their 80s, bro. Sis, whatever. Age as an illusion ain't nothing but a number. Well, it's an illusion. Okay? It's what we use to keep track of time. But that's the physical aspect. Systems, worlds. That's where most things are kept track, or where we're keeping track occurs, in systems and worlds. Those of you that are starseeds, you're learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Earth angels too, because what you're used to in regards to elevating the consciousness of humanity is more so where you had a stronger connection to when heaven was on earth in another point in a cycle. What's this? Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Whoever is in this situation, this was for you to remind yourself of you being a medicine man, medicine woman. Getting more in alignment to your dreams, the other worlds. I mean, to generalize this, you can be in any sort of profession and still be the high priest, high priestess, or shaman to rise the vibration. Awareness with Awaz and Rado. Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands. The Empress, Knight of Cups. Clarify. The Sun card. Let's see how it landed here with the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Please be upright. Please be upright. Oh, no. I mean, because this is the best card in the deck, this will have something to do with the subconscious. I'm hearing planting the seed. With the Two of Pentacles here, Jupiter in Capricorn. Okay, you see all this Capricorn energy here going on. So this is definitely speaking to a lesson that has to be learned through significant partnerships, whether it be romance, family, career, seeing beyond the situation. Whoever this is, your mission is to really guide others through a change in attitude. To shift their aptitude. Let me see what's at the top. The Knight of Swords, information. Travel, short trips. Oh, this is getting you know what I mean? I'm feeling this vibe in terms of working through this. Yes, work through this. Restrictions, temptations. The Sun card, the Devil, and the Six of Swords. Now, emotional withdrawal, Eight of Cups is also a Saturn card, Pisces. Here we have taken a leap of faith through the awareness of this next process of taking this leap of faith would be the establishment of your foundations in terms of your state of mind. What does your heart have to stand on? And are those four legs stabilized or activated so that way that which you speak is of love, is putting you on a path of least resistance to attract whatever it is that you're asking for? Because at this very moment, if those four legs from the root chakra to the heart chakra are not activated or fully warmed up and ready to go, what you're seeing in your reality has a lot to do with certain parts of you not firing off when they have to. 733. Specifically the solar plexus. So allowing outside situations to be in control of the inside. Remember, God made you ruler of your brain and your nervous system, or solar plexus. The connection between the two would be the solar plexus. But what are you allowing to intervene with that? Temptation. And that is where your subconscious can deceive you. This is where the ego becomes the adversary. But it's through acknowledging where your I am consciousness is the adversary because of what you're saying thereafter. The full injustice. What you say after I am just is. That's your own justice. So you're aware of that. As to where the mind will trust the body, I will, fifth house energy, Leo energy, the sun. And the body will trust the mind. The mind will trust the body will trust the mind. Wherever you direct it to go, your awareness, whatever you're aware of becomes the pilot of where your mind will trust the body and the body will trust the mind. Six of Wands. Jupiter, Leo. Integrating what you're resonating with through this message at this time is where you'll gain that victory and success and honor and respect. But you got to do that for yourself. 20220 on the timer, 22200. Putting two and two together. Three of Swords. Saturn in Libra. Okay. Let's see what else. The Hierophant. The Hierophant will be the external energy of the High Priestess. So this will be the application of one's spiritual divine law, or the executive power of the divine law operates through the Hierophant. It has the keys to open doors where these doors can only be open when you unlock the resonance of the God within you. Strongly getting that unlocking this part of yourself does have to do with mysticism and the esoteric. With the Sun card in reverse, followed by the Devil, Six of Wands under the Sun card in reverse, Hierophant under the Devil, and then the Six of Swords right here. Yeah. Allowing your thoughts and the perception of all of this prior to put you in a state of curiosity to ask those questions. What's really going on here? Because something in your reality just really isn't making any sense anymore. 737, Five of Swords. Something is not making any sense anymore. It's not aligning with your frequency and vibration. And that's usually the starting point for you to dive deeper into, you know, what's the truth. And this is where the mysteries begin to unlock themselves through you and to you. Rabbit hole. Alice in Wonderland, and I'm hearing it more so as all is or all ice. So where ice has been placed in you and placed in your path in terms of you seeing the all. When you go through that wonderland, when you go through your imagination and you begin to, allow that inner child to guide you, because the inner child is the child, for instance, or newborn, has a fresh connection to source. So every time you go through a process of transformation and ending into a new beginning, view it as a point in your life where you're now more connected to source in this new beginning as a newborn. Okay. 6 of Cups here as we stop shuffling. Speaking of transformation, that's the Sun in Scorpio card. I'm going to take these, but I'm going to feel what's going on here because it landed on the Mars finger, which also connects to ego or action taking. But this is also speaking of the I am. Okay. What's that? Okay. You are making a decision, emotionally withdrawing from the situation, if this has to do with love, with the King of Swords, 8 of Cups, Lovers. As I'm viewing it, let me show you the way I have it in my hand to you. This is how it shows up. You have this strategy, okay? The King of Swords knows what to do and does it without allowing feelings that are not in alignment to that knowing to get in the way. You can also view this as the King of Swords here, knowing that in order for their thoughts and feelings to merge, for one to be at a state of bliss, very similar to the pineal and the pituitary coming together, there has to be a decision that is made in regards to emotionally withdrawing, or the decision is made once you emotionally withdraw. So once you withdraw from an energy that is constantly moving about, tempting you to stay where you're at. And again, this can come in different ways. This could be you within your own thoughts, within your own situations, or, people that you have around you going through their situations. If it's not a vibrational match to you, then you have to decide what you got to do there. King of Wands, which is this rune here. Again, with the solar plexus, lion energy. Okay. Which speaks of illumination, shedding light on matters, quest for truth, observer, exploration of paradigms in search for truth, female occult secrets. This also has to do with what the vibration of money is. It is a feminine principle. It is a feminine energy. And the way you speak to it is the same way it's going to respond to you. You know what I'm saying? And for others of you as well that are, in a position where you're wanting to share your gifts, but you may be conscientious about charging. Money is a frequency, very similar to that gift. And if people do not want to reciprocate that energy, that those are evidently just not the people for you, because it aligns with your gift. It aligns with your gift. And at that point, all you have to do is just to bring balance to that situation, is to remove yourself from it. Greetings, Pantera Soul Fam Evie. Is to remove yourself from it. So that way you can make space for those who will, okay, in connection to bringing forth this radiance of love will be willing and want to invest or have that exchange. Simple as that. 744 relates to the lion as well. So yeah. That's also one of the situations where me personally, I had to really, really analyze where I was with that. And as far as this, the other aspect of this is the money that comes with it. Anybody who wants to say, oh, you're doing this just for the money, they're obviously not tapped into the feminine principle. And they're moving under that vibration of deceit, one, and oppression. It's an exchange. It's a service. You know what I'm saying? And also, some of you may be, a little apprehensive as to what to charge. Let me tell you something. You go based off your worth. Because even I myself personally, I've been looking at, the pricing that I have for what I do. It's extremely affordable. But it's getting to a point where it's no, because it's where I have it, I notice it's attracting lack. Aligning it to what it's really worth, because I know the changes that it brings into someone's life-changing moments, literally physical death to life out of that. Part of this awareness of where is this here? Is it under, it's here. It's actually, wow. So this rune is connected to the female occult secrets, this King of Wands energy. Yo, solar plexus, we spoke about that in the beginning. So if one is not being the god or goddess over Pharaoh, one is neglecting these secrets that are much so in terms of female occult secrets, and you aligning with the secret. It's more so you get now into a space where you can allow yourself to be the teacher or someone of service to help someone become more aware of themselves and the energy in motion within them. Because for me, it really don't make no sense as to why, there's so many human vessels or bodies, walking around without the light in that body or without knowing their purpose and just moving in a way that, people got them moving as puppets. Infinite blessings to you, beloved Evie. That one right there, let me tell you something. Ashe. Let me know if you want me to pull some messages for you. I got you. Hold up. Will do. I got you. And here we have the Judgment card. King of Swords and King of Wands out here, which are polar opposite energies, you know. I will, Leo, King of Wands. I know, Aquarius, King of Swords. And again, the way this showed up in this card, this is clear indication of someone mastering their mind in order to step into their willpower of trusting the body. And then you have the bat, okay, flying off, which represents letting go. There's a lot of letting go here. A lot has to be let go of, or has been, and you're now seeing clearer through this situation. Clarify this series because 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands, we already know those are Saturn cards. Wands, 10, Sagittarius, 5 of Wands, Leo. You're seeing your willpower here through these challenges and moments of temptations of the life you've lived, left the devil backwards. Then we have the Chariot here. Okay. Again, speaking of moving forward, and the Star. Okay. $717. Some of you have this hunger to move forward. I love that. You have this hunger to move forward. Okay. Queen of Wands. Landed in reverse here. Let me see. Okay. Queen of Wands is Aries energy, and the fact that it showed up in reverses is indicating Libra. Again, going back to significant partnerships. You're aware of what you have to emotionally withdraw from. Okay. I'm going to keep repeating that so it sticks. You're aware of what you have to emotionally withdraw from so that the mind will trust the body and the body will trust the mind. And here we have the 9 of Wands. This is evidently something here that you would constantly do over and over and over, expecting a different result. Moon and Sagittarius. Moon and Sagittarius. The moon has to do with the subconscious, right? Sagittarius is about seeing. I see. The God within. Show me the situation to clarify, to bring it to, yeah, you know what to do, source. Let's see. We have the Page of Pentacles. I'm hearing text message. 5 of Pentacles. The Star. The Moon. Yeah, this would be being focused on where you're headed, where you're going next. With the Star and the Moon, you're ready to take on this journey of healing where you may have been deceptive, but this is a deep, deep, deep healing because it's the subconscious mind. This is the aspects of you where you're finally putting I'm hearing the thread through the needle eye to put this together. Yes. Taking the reins of what brings you vitality. Taking the reins of what brings you vitality to the 10 of Pentacles. Some of you are having to make it may come across as difficult, but then once you tap into the subconscious, it no longer becomes difficult, because the truth that's coming from what it is that you're seeing, where you may have been sweeping under the rug 2112 not to see, you don't have a choice anymore of whether you want to or not see this. But now, because you're ready to, you can view this in with the harmonious vibration now, rather than the ego becoming your adversary. And in that instance, this is where one would be reactive, rather than the spiritual ego, where you're recognizing the power of your words, especially those within your thoughts. Because as soon as you begin thinking about a situation and you have this conversation with yourself, and you're somebody who's becoming more aware of the way things are being created in your life, you're recognizing, I don't have to have a conversation with someone outside of me. I'm already having a conversation with myself, and that in itself is generating these feelings, which is now bringing this external situation into my space physically. And the more you handle that conversation within yourself, and you recognize the control you have over those feelings, because they're constantly changing, you're able to immediately take action on these decisions that you may have been holding yourself back from. There we go, baby. Queen of Wands upright. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's what it is. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. Let's get it. Let's get it. What's the Queen of Wands seeing? It landed right on top of, in between the Devil and Hierophant and the Lovers. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're no longer working on something that cannot evolve, or it's just not for you to work on. You're allowing people to work out their situations, because you've done what you have to do up to a certain point. This is also where you're noticing where you are someone's karmic lesson. That's another one. 757 right now. 5 of Swords in reverse. The Emperor and Temperance. Woo! That's 144 right there. You are, whoever you are, you're definitely a starseed. And you're not too concerned about the way humans may operate within their feelings, as to what you have to do to awaken them to become the seer of their own life. Tower, Strength, Lovers. Yeah. See that? Tower, Strength, Lovers. This is giving the vibe of your mission is to help people to reestablish their strength from a cosmic perspective, from their awareness. And most people are not even aware of their own awareness. You know? Evie, I'm about to pull your message right now. Then I'll be going back into the collective. Let's see what we got for you, my dear. Where the fam at? get a message of guidance here for you with a surrender message and break it down from there. Here we go. Message for Evie. If you are wanting a personal message for you, love, just view the description box, all right? Here we go. Message for Evie. I'm smelling tacos. You have the eagle. Ooh, shit. You on, I'm telling you, you on one. Eagle, leadership, spirituality, clarity. You are being guided to let go of emotional attachment and connect to divine inspiration. Flying high above the restraints of yourself and society. Look for moments of truth and act upon them. From your elevated vantage point, balance, harmony, and joy can be easily found. And the message from your subconscious right now has to do with the dragon. Wisdom, spirituality, abundance. Your abundance is coming from your wisdom and connection to your spirituality. With that being said, you are being guided to tap into your inner wisdom and find your higher purpose. This is around 227. You have a unique gift to present to the world. The time has come to showcase yourself and your abilities. Be strong and courageous through your transition. I just felt just now, oh my God, what should I do? I'm nervous. Don't be. Or just generate those nerves into, you know what I mean? Your North Node energy. Okay. Okay. You know I did. Message of surrender. Okay, let's see. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. I'm getting, because of the way that came through, not knowing what to do, you do know. You do know. The universe is asking for, you see where Aquarius is in your chart right now. The universe is asking you to be open to the infinite nature of abundance. Ninth house energy is also activating. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So the house of you broaden your horizons academically and spiritually is fully activated right now. With that being said, as we mentioned, ninth house, surrender your belief in scarcity. Scarcity is not the energy of expansion, obviously. And ninth house is Jupiter, which is of expansion. Now, you have, ninth house, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is also the ancient ruler of Pisces. Pisces is a 12th house, and the mantra of Pisces is I believe. Also having to do with faith. It says here, surrender your belief in scarcity. You're more of a leader than you allow yourself to even fathom at this point. Yeah. What's blocking? What is the blockage here? There's a blockage in terms of you retrieving these spiritual gifts from your past life, Pisces energy, South Node. Let's see here. What's the blockage here? the Lovers, but I'm getting more so making a decision. Gemini energy, third house. Information. You may feel as though you don't have enough information. They're saying the information you have thus far is all the information that is required. You'll be given more information once you walk into that door. What is this door here for her? Two of Swords, Moon in Libra. Okay. What is your subconscious mind here? What is the subconscious mind telling her? We have the Dragon. This is Moon in Libra. Libra has to do with significant partnerships. What is the subconscious wanting to let you know? We have here the Dragon at the bottom of the deck. It's first and foremost telling you that you're being guided to tap into your inner wisdom, okay? And find your higher purpose. The higher purpose has to do with your North Node. Okay. You have a unique gift to present to the world as it relates to your North Node. Now, let's look at this. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Hold on. Cancer, 9, Leo. 8th house, which has to do with death, mental health, other people's money, the occult. The North Node in Aries being in your 8th house. Okay. What is the message you have here for her? Go here. Movement, choices, and decisions, another 2. 622 is showing up here. No, okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. Hold on. That's 10, that's 1. 1. You have to be careful with codependent relationships right now. You do have high expectations when it comes to partners, and you may have gone through situations where you've been, disappointed. However, something here in regards to loosening up the reins on what it is that you're looking for. Because searching for something that checks off all the boxes could be where you're putting yourself into controlling the person or the energy. There's something about allowing yourself to flow more in terms of what it is that you're gravitating towards you as far as a partner. With 1 showing up with 622. But there's also speaking of cleaning up your foundations on what it is that you're building. Cleaning up as you build. 6, cleaning up habits. 622. Powerful message of belief, faith, and trust. Your prayers, positive attitude, visualizations, and positive affirmations have been acknowledged. Trust that your desired results will manifest in your life. Stay focused, balanced, and at peace, and know that all is going to divine right order in divine right time. This has to do with the personal message 622 of personal spirituality and life purpose. The angels encourage you to maintain faith and trust in yourself and the universal energies, and trust that all your monetary and material needs will be met. Give any fears of lack or loss to the angels for healing and trust that all you need will be provided for. Immediately, it's going straight to the heart chakra, where you get more in control of your feelings. You're doing well when it comes to positive thinking, or you may want to work on that. Again, this would be part of that collective message too. They just show the goat, well, the apex, which climbs mountains in a way that defies gravity. Okay. Climbing mountains in a way that it defies gravity. Not being afraid of going to higher heights. So I'm getting the message of you thinking bigger. So you may be at a position where you're there and this is what's making you nervous. However, being nervous and fear are two different things. To destroy 622. To declare that one must be put to transformation. What is this here? Not sure if you're surrounded by a situation that is connected to a scarce way of living. Work on ways, use that to establish ground as to how to protect your energy, shield your energy. Okay. Sacrifice. Find a way, and this is just with you processing it. Align with ways to make every situation that you are presented with sacred. AKA where you can creatively express yourself or create from with stability. Awareness, the magician, 1/622. Awareness, victory and success, suffering and silence. You have awareness, victory, and success, 6 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. The Magician, 6 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords coming through here. It's time to make a decision on whatever this is you're suffering in silence about. 7 of Pentacles, investments, lovers twice. I'm getting a strong energy where there's a lot of overthinking now. There's a lot of overthinking going on here. 4 of Pentacles, and it puts you at a standstill. 4 of Pentacles and the Hermit. Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. There's definitely an offer coming in here for you, though. Okay. Whatever it is that you're asking for and wanting to manifest, you have to, we spoke about this before, but just be more mindful as to what is causing aggravation, irritation, or annoyance. Because it seems as though every time what you're asking for wants to approach you closer and closer and closer, something occurs that takes you out of that feeling. And it keeps going in this cycle. So hold on. No is a complete sentence, but for you explaining the no from what you know allows you to take the load off. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Empress. So this would be someone who's establishing rules, establishing new rules or laws, or the enforcer of universal law. Basically, okay, whatever situation you're in right now is actually helping you as far as leadership, dragon, wisdom, spirituality twice. You have to get clear about what you clearly want. Get clear about what you clearly want. Okay. Now, when you do that, you're going to find yourself connecting with a different set of frequency and vibration, when now you're able to set boundaries, and part of these boundaries have to do with the way you go about explaining to a person or situation why no. Because the more you hold on to why, what you would do, there's something you want to say that you're holding on to because you don't want to start something up. Now you have to express it, but you have to express it from the version of yourself that is the spiritual leader. But you got to get clear about that. Feel me? 6 of Cups. And I'm seeing this more so having to do with the natural inner mysticism and esoteric values that you have with having the South Node in Pisces. But what you don't want to bring into this North Node aspect of yourself, Virgo, is the deception, okay, or delusion that others may feed into you in different ways. Okay. Yeah, I just don't want to say too much, but I'm glad we got to a point where you can, again, here. Yep, the Magician. You're manifesting what you want to you quickly, but this is just this last part. It's just that last part. Yep, High Priestess, the World card, Magician, and the Lovers. Again, Gonya. What's this? 7 of Cups. Venus in Scorpio. Okay. Look at this. Look at all of this. The High Priestess, the World card, Magician, and then the Lovers. I mean, as above, so below. It's something where your higher self is literally at a point where it's begging you now to make certain movements, choices, and decisions verbally. To take this part of you taking action on these choices and decisions has to do with the verbal expression. Now, if not, it's going to cause you to be in your head and suffering in silence. And this right here, this is what blocks your manifestations from coming in, because they're right at the door at this point. They're right at the door. Okay, love. Let's see. Another message here. You got surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Yo, the car emergency lights just flickered. Keep playing. And it's 818. Yes. Yes. Yo, you're notice the way your car be moving now when something does resonate and it's coming from your higher self, where it's saying yes, are you ready now? Because you're in a chariot, and the Emperor is the one who's in the chariot. The action that reflects your life force, the action that reflects your vitality, not being weak. The chariot ain't gonna move with no weakness. It ain't gonna move with weakness in there. You feel me? Yeah. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others. Yes. And come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, and that's what's going to put you in a position to not want to say something. But that energy is building up now. You're getting to a point where that volcano is about to erupt. So surrender the frustration. Yeah. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Allow these situations once again to be where you exercise the wisdom you've gained. What your process right now is you expressing your executive power of divine law. You'll get more info about that at the beginning of this video. Surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on the go instead of putting it off. Take action. Taking action will attract success. And again, your action has to do with verbal energy, with the Nine of Swords coming through in regards to communication. All right. And the ladybug. Personality change, happiness. You are being guided to move in a new direction. Your new life begins today. Embrace this new transformation and navigate your way towards your heart's desires. Believe in yourself, others, and in divine, and you will manifest amazing things. Because people are reflecting back the version of you that you are holding yourself back from. But they do it in a way where now they're pushing against you. Anytime, my love. Yeah. That's what it is. Shay. All right, now back to the collective. I'm going to pull a few more cards here for the collective, and then I'll come back on another live. Collective. What advice to conclude this live? What advice do you have for the collective to conclude this live? From awareness, emotional withdrawal. Wow. We have suffering and silence, followed by trapped in fear, and solitude in order to build a solid foundation. Let me see. What's the cause of this? What's the cause of this? New beginnings. Oh, okay. Solar plexus energy. Okay, let me see. What's crowning? The elixir to the crown chakra. In order for those of you still here, the final message has to do, current energy. We have suffering and silence. The cause of this has to do with shifting into a new beginning here, because at the forefront of your mind, you can sense this is an energy of mourning where you're recognizing, your deepest calling, what you have to do, the things you have to do, what may have you, your back against the wall or in opposition to this is being trapped in fear. But it's not in the fear, love. You know what I'm saying? All is going to be well. All is going to be well. There are certain phases where you have to go through your transformation in order for you to fully step into this new beginning, okay? What's next here? The sun. All is well. All is well. Everything that's occurring for you right now, what message do you have for the collective suffering and silence? Because it's time for you to let your light shine. It's time for you to let your light shine. Some of you, it's time for you to invent that thing you've been holding back on. We have power here at the bottom of the deck. Suffering in silence. About accelerated motion. Yeah, things are moving quickly here for you. You know what? Let me see. Trapped in fear. Clarify. Came out sideways as well. Okay. So again, they're giving me surviving in the silence, where you're allowing yourself to trust again, trust your vision. And you're noticing how quickly this is shifting as you are trusting yourself and your vision and stepping out of this old way of doing things or believing yourself that used to have you trapped in fear. But this also has to do with the root chakra. Okay. You all hearing, making sure that your feelings are in alignment to your thoughts is definitely something that's allowing you to transcend situations that you are experiencing at this time. Because for the third eye chakra to clarify trapped in fear, what I'm seeing from this more so is someone who can see their vision and where they were trapped in fear. Because in the recent past, is showing me here that you've already walked through this door, walked into the door of a new beginning. Okay. Of allowing yourself to shine, allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to see you first and foremost with passion ignited. Ace of Wands. And this is the passion or the fire or the power that flows through your spine into your crown chakra to activate it. To activate this third eye, first eye energy. We have 88, that's 16, 9 and 6, 15. Noticing where you allowed yourself to be tempted, but from a space of growth now. Rest and rejuvenate. Yeah, okay. Putting the swords down, allowing yourself to gain mental clarity, because that's the way you open up the path and align with your path, is through mental clarity. Give me the root chakra. Where you at? Moving on, making movement, choices, and decisions to move on. Some of you are still stuck in something here. Yeah, I'm gonna come back, because this would be, there's two things you have to remove out of your life that may have been difficult for you to move on from. Because it's not long-term. You're clear as to how short-term this situation is or could affect you in the long term. Choosing wisely. Sacral chakra. These situations could be home to you. But this energy of it feeling as though it was home is because you were putting the energy into it to make it feel that way. But once you step back to really see what was happening, you became clear as to what it is that, one had to disconnect from, and choosing wisely now, making choices from the lessons you learned from the obstacles and challenges, which is the wisdom, and applying it. What's at the top here? Harmony, yeah. And balance. Ooh-wee. Victory and success, 6611 or 6116. Your life purpose, the spirit of your life purpose is so taking over this situation is not even funny, yo. It is not even funny. Let me see. Standing your ground. You find yourself standing your ground in situations that you may have felt never in this lifetime would that even happen. But never in this lifetime is more so connected to an old paradigm, a way of doing things that you, in elevating yourself, becoming wiser, things that are in your environment that no longer make sense, you begin to ask these questions. And this is why you're now able to see what you would never think you have to disconnect from, or, just let it be what it is. So you can be who you are. Because what you say after I am becomes your just is. All right. I'll be back. I am going to replenish thyself, honey. And I'll be back. I'll be back. Appreciate y'all love. Ciao.